This is Stupid News Live. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Alec Tracy.
Hey folks, welcome to Stupid News Live. My name is Alec Tracy, and here are tonight's top stories. So, the Republican debate was last week, and boy, it has people talking. Some are saying it was a disaster. Others are saying Chris Christie is gigantic. But one thing is for sure, Casey DeSantis is one fine piece of ass. The factory that built Mike Pence said there was a mechanical issue and he'll be fixed before the next debate. The real star of the debate, though, was Vivek Ramaswamy. Boy, that name is as American as apple tikka masala. Well, Trump actually was indicted last week, and it's being reported that he is 6'3" and 215 pounds. Some are saying that's self-reported, but I would bet my 18-inch cock that it's not. From the 2016 Republican primary, this Republican primary had a 50% less viewership. Yeah, no shit, there's no Trump. If you had tickets to go see Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, and the day before the concert they say Bruce is sick, and it's only going to be the E Street Band, you'd be like, hey, E Street Band, eat shit, I'm not going. Speaking of Bruce Springsteen had to cancel a bunch of concerts recently due to medical issues. I guess you could say Bruce is born to rest. I'm a sick pup. In sadder news, Jimmy Buffett has passed away. I guess one of the downsides in living in Margaritaville is severe cirrhosis of the liver. It was actually skin cancer that caused him to pass away. But again, I cannot stress this enough. What do you expect when the foundation of your diet is tequila and margarita mix? It's one of the very scary things of setting up a permanent residence in Margaritaville. This guy was crying for help, and we just sat there clapping. We're to blame in this. Well, folks, stay with us after the break, as we will be talking to a terrorist who says he has plans for this major American city. Which one? Stay tuned to find out.
I'm not going to say which city it is, but let's just say it's the happiest place on earth. And don't be in the space of a certain mountain next Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Death to America.
Hi there, I'm Brady Holden. We're here today in Times Square. We are seeking people's opinions on the Mayor's Office of Racial Equity and how they are going to be changing New York City signs to be more inclusive. Let's get started. I'm here with
Chinaza.
Robert, and what is your name?
Sherlyn.
Here today with Nick,
David,
and
Daniel.
Jason Sensation. That's a nickname. We're going to show you guys the signs the way they are now and what they're changing them to, okay?
white man crosswalk symbol. Well, they said it wasn't really inclusive enough to gay people, women, trans, brown people, overweight people, disabled people.
I mean, yeah, they look human.
Gay.
Are you serious? If I get that message, it doesn't matter to me. I'm fine with that.
Stop sign? What could be offensive about stop, right?
It is red. I mean, if you're a Crip.
Exactly.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
Stop or don't, but only do it if it is what you wish to do.
Yeah. Stop signs is meant to like stop sign.
Yeah.
Stop sign. So
If you want to kill people, that's inclusive.
Yes.
The classic one-way sign. Yeah. They thought that was a little too harsh, so. Of course.
What's another way to jump off the road?
Yeah, it's like they wanted to make sure.
Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I would catch it.
Do not enter. We all know the famous do not enter, right? Do not enter without consent. You know, they just want to let people know, hey, it's okay to enter, but only if you have your partner's permission.
Shaking your head means no.
No, yeah.
No! No! No!
Yeah, look, I think I'm very familiar with the do not enter. A lot of people tell me that, so it's like, I'll just have to tell them, well, it is my consent to enter, so.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
You know how there is in Greenwich, Gay Street?
Gay Street, yeah.
There's real, and then like remember a few years ago when MasterCard changed it for Pride?
Wow.
And they were like,
So they want to make it like this now?
well, they said that was a good start, but now they want to make it into butt fucking street. Dude, what do you think? Too far? Are they not far enough? Would you live
Oh my God.
Did you tell your friends? Yeah, I'm on
A butt.
I'm on butt fucking street.
That is incredible.
That is aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah, that's too much, man. It's too much. Yeah, I'm actually offended with that.
You guys feel about that?
I feel you're fucking with me, man.
Okay, so we feel like we're being fucked with today. So any last words or thoughts to the viewers at home?
Don't go through butt fucking street, man.
Don't go to butt fucking street. All right, thank you guys.
Hey folks, welcome back to Stupid News Live. Here's some more news. Dave Chappelle turned 50 years old this week. Dave celebrated the only way he knows how to, by slamming a microphone into his thigh over and over while smoking a Newport 100. A man crashed into a Denny's this week, and 23 people were injured. The 23 people weren't injured from the crash, they were injured from eating the food at a fucking Denny's. After the crash, the man rolled down the window and said while laughing, "I just wanted to repay Denny's with my version of a grand slam." He's looking at 40 years to life in prison. A 10-year-old in Arizona was pulled over for speeding 100 miles per hour in a car. He's looking at this many years in prison. It's a long time. The kid will be tried as an adult because no kid could be this fucking cool. And the parents are being tried as children because only a child would let something this fucking stupid happen. The kid was given a strong verbal warning. A warning to stop being the fucking man. The largest search for the Loch Ness Monster is currently underway. And you know, I want to address this. I went swimming years ago in Scotland once. And ever since then, people have not stopped talking about this thing called the Loch Ness Monster, okay? I have a different name for it. My dick. For those keeping track at home, that is the second dick joke of today's episode. Which also reminds me that today's sponsor is Big Dick Cream. Big Dick Cream. Carry it around, let people know you have a big dick. Big Dick Cream by Johnson & Johnson, a family company. Well, folks, stay with us after the break as we'll be answering once and for all the age-old question. Does crying over spilt milk make you a gigantic pussy? Stay tuned. Hey folks, welcome back to Stupid News Live. That's it for today's episode. Since you're already here, would you please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and take a look at some of the other content that we have on the channel. That's it for today's show. My name is Alec Tracy. Take care.
That's what I think. And I'm not a smart man.
Me neither, but you had a word for yourself, retarded. I have a word for the people you work with. Pussies.